Yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, of course, we're very excited to have Stephanie Arnheim today as our February Spotlight speaker. This is a great opportunity to hear her expertise and her thoughts on networking. As a connections strategist and master networker, Stephanie educates people on how to reach the next level in their business by using simple practices. Her clients and workshop participants learn how to overcome their fears associated with networking and dynamically connect with their key customers and business resources in powerful ways. Stephanie is the founder of Stephanie Connects, a company that educates entrepreneurs, introverts, and business professionals in the art and science of empowering networking. Her mission is to teach the connection skills needed to succeed in business, cultivate clients, and communicate clearly. In Stephanie's 20-minute talk, she will share the 3 secrets to building a successful referral based business virtually. Just because we can't meet in person doesn't mean we can't network effectively. As a matter of fact, this is one of the best times to grow your network. Join us to learn how to build a successful referral based business virtually faster than you can imagine. In this presentation, you will learn how to build your network with strong relationships, how to create an easy, effective networking plan, and the surprising and hidden advantage of virtual networking. So join me in welcoming Stephanie to share with us today as and also as I remind her to start her speaker timer.
Got it.
So Stephanie, take it away.
Thank you, Chuck, and thank you, Cindy, for having me today. It's very nice to be back. As Cindy mentioned, I am in Palm Springs because these days you can virtually network anywhere. I am Portland based and I will be returning there in March, though it's been a nice break. So today I'm going to share with you some networking strategies that you can take and use right away in your existing business. And I'm going to get situated there. So we asked this question, this poll that you just did, what percentage of your new business comes from referrals and or networking? And I'm glad to say that D resoundingly came up, that most of you are using your networking and referrals to get your new business, which means you're in the right place. Now, I did make just real quick, I did make a guided notes worksheet, and Cindy or Amanda, can you put that back in the chat? And you can print it out. Cindy's holding it up if you want, or just a good old piece of paper works too, guys, whichever is easier for you. My contact info is on there as well. So let's get started here. I wanted to share with you that I'm an introvert. How many of you are introverts? I can see some of your hands if you are extroverts. Do we have extroverts and introverts? Yep. And I've always loved interacting with people. And I learned early on that networking was the key. So I focused on learning all about it. I went to workshops, did books, joined networking groups. And my focus this last year has been on teaching networking strategies, how to do it successfully online. Because as you know, with the pandemic, we have been online. And I know many of you are tired of networking online, and I feel your pain because I get zoomed out too. But you may have even stopped going to networking events, except exceptional connections, perhaps, as you don't feel like the leads are coming, or that you may feel that networking is a waste of time. Can anyone relate to that? Sometimes we get overspent with this. So but hopefully with my talk today, you'll know exactly how to focus in more clearly on finding your ideal client online through networking. So as Chuck mentioned today, we're going to cover how to build your network with strong relationships, how to create an easy, effective networking plan, and the surprising and hidden advantage of virtual networking. So if I could tell you how to take your business, say from 5 figures to 6 figures, networking no more than a few hours a week and doing very little other marketing. Would you like to hear how that's done? Great. All right. That's my focus. So let's get started here. I want to ask you to think about, what is your networking strategy? How confident do you feel about it? Now, most people may not even have one, and that's okay. I mean, people don't often think about networking strategies. Networking is marketing, and it's important to think that. So when you hear about, oh, what's my marketing plan, people may say it, but have you ever thought about what's your networking strategy? Now, for instance, I worked with a chiropractor in Portland. He was this ex-football player. He was huge. So it was very funny when I went with him to networking events because there's this height discrepancy there. Now, he was very much an introvert, and he didn't have any kind of networking plan. This was foreign to him. So I helped create a networking plan, helped him implement it, and his business has grown significantly. And now we've shifted it to an online presence because that's where things are at. So the good news is chiropractors are able to see patients with COVID very carefully. But so there are ways that businesses, as they ease back after the pandemic, how to continue to use the virtual network as well as their personal one. Someone's not muted because I'm getting some background noise. Amanda or Cindy, if you could help with that, that'd be great. All right, thank you. There we go. So let me ask you, what are you trying to accomplish by networking? Think about that. Who are you networking with? How are you networking? And let's talk about a strategy that helps build your business. Now, networking is about relationship building. It's not about sales. I know Cindy has touched upon this too. And remember that it's about relationship building and connecting. This is true whether you're online or not. It doesn't matter where. There's nothing worse than when a person gets on a call with you and they only want to sell you something. Have any of you been on those type of calls? I know I have. I get so mad. You think I would know better than to think about, I set up my time, my effort to have this, and this is how they're treating me. There's nothing worse than that. And they don't ask any questions. It's a very disappointing experience. So it's important to learn how to guide the conversation as well, so that you don't encounter this situation. Now, I want to share with you the first secret to building a successful referral-based business, and that is to build these strong relationships. Focus on the people that you want to have a relationship with, and spend time cultivating those relationships, either in a networking group or a one-on-one in a personal relationship, because a lot of times your friends can be your best referral sources for you. And even better with power partners. And if you're not familiar with that, we're going to talk about that a little more as we go on. And in order to do this, you need to have a plan. Now, many of you may have heard of Napoleon Hill. He's one of my gurus in my world. And he has this famous quote, one of the secrets is to plan your work and work your plan. Now, the same can be said for networking. Plan your networking and work your networking plan. And in order to do that, you need to create your networking plan. And one of the best ways to develop those business relationships is to have a strategic plan. And a strategic plan answers the questions who, where, what, when, and where. And as a matter of fact, people that I've worked with, we get a done for you plan so that it can be adjusted and tweaked, because everybody's at a different place in their business. And that's what's really helpful. And I know, I personally know a business coach that created a solid networking plan and built her business in a short 6 weeks from zero to a full practice by sticking to her networking plan. So it's a strategic plan that helps you understand how to reach the right people and how to connect with them. Now, let me show you what a networking plan looks like. It's not some big complicated thing. As you can see, it's all on one page. It's got a tremendous amount of detail. There's no wasted fluff. And for people that I work with privately, we do a done for you plan. We'll adjust it to the situation because everybody is different. And let me share with you one strategy out of the plan that can boost your business significantly over even the next 3 to 6 months. And one of the best strategies I find for building your business is building a power panel. So let me define with you what is a power panel. It's a bunch of business people who come together and they meet regularly. It's usually about 4 to 8 complementary business professionals. And who's on your power panel? Well, power partners. Now, power partners is a word that you may know it as referral partners, strategic partners, power partners. They're all, it's the same thing. But the key part is they have the same client base. So think about who your client is. And you want to figure out who to connect with and where to find them. And then you'll fill in some of the details there. So when I say power partners, I meant a complementary practitioner or entrepreneur who's willing to engage in mutual referrals. And one of this can be one of the best ways to build your network. So let me give you an example. Let's see, Sarah works with realtors, and I know she said she was a realtor. So Sarah, for her power partners might be a photographer, an insurance agent, a title company, an escrow company, interior designer for the staging. All of those people could be a good power partner. Let's say you're health and wellness. I know, Kathleen, it sounds like you have a really good grasp on your businesses there. So in the health and wellness field, it may be a massage therapist, a naturopath, a chiropractor, a health coach, even someone who does Reiki. So those are examples of a power partnership or a power panel that you could think. So think about who could be on your power panel, who would be a good power partner for you. So when you have your power partners, you create your power panel. And when you work together, your market reach is quadrupled. And in order to find your power partners, you really need to get to know them, and you want to meet with them regularly. So let's talk a little bit about the strategies. How does it work? Well, you create a mutual referral agreement. So to make this happen, I'll give you a couple ideas, and this will make a little more sense. Say you do a client appreciation event. You get together, you have your power partners, and you may do a workshop, and all of you would invite your clients. And that could be one way that you quadruple your reach without having to do 4 different marketing plans. You're doing one to reach out to the whole community. You could do a client introductory bonus consultation to your partners. So for example, Debbie Page has a program for the financial world, and say Cindy is power partner, and she could give a free consultation when you sign up for Debbie's program. That's an example of the client introductory bonus. And so think about who has a like-minded business that you could do. Giving social media shout outs are great it's a really easy way. If you know someone's doing a workshop, then you can promote their workshop on your LinkedIn page, on your Facebook page, all of those ways, those shout outs, it helps layer the touch points to help you build the business together. So also, I mentioned about meeting regularly. And as Power Partner Group, I had set up a beta test because I wanted to try this out, because I'm not gonna talk about it. I gotta walk the talk. So I'd set up a beta test for a Power Partner Group, and we met monthly. And we talked about who our ideal clients are. We talked about what was coming up for us. How can we help promote each other? Were there any deals? So think about that for you in terms of who are good power partners and how do you best find and connect with them. And that's one of the best ways to build your business in the virtual world. Now, you may ask yourself, can this be done virtually? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, there's a huge advantage since most people are working still virtually. You're able to talk to more people and you're actually spend less time creating those connections. And you're able to get together with these people more easily because you don't have to worry about parking. You don't have to worry about, well, you think about what you're wearing, but maybe only from the waist up. Coffee is much cheaper because you're not going to Starbucks all the time. You are the small talk. You know, when you go to a one-on-one, not only does it usually take a couple hours because it's like a half-hour driving there and a half-hour to leave, maybe you have an hour meeting. Well, now you're only doing it for, say, you can easily do an online meeting for 30 minutes and you get to the meat of it. And so that saves your time and energy. So you're able to see more people and it's much more efficient. So as you can see in reality, virtual networking has a lot more advantages than disadvantages. Even though it's online, there are definitely ways to look forward to using it to your advantage. Now, when you're doing virtual networking, it's important to make the most out of your time. And asking good relationship building questions is really key. And this was a quote I'd shared, Cindy had shared earlier. And I'll share with you some of my favorite relationship building questions because I like to give you good things to go away with. What do you like best about what you do? I like to avoid the what do you do because usually we know what it is. We know if they're selling insurance, they sell insurance or that kind of thing. So what do you like best about what you do? What made you decide to do what you do? Share a recent success story. I love hearing success stories because it also will lead to ideal clients oftentimes, or who's their favorite type of client. And who are you looking to connect with? That's my favorite. That is my favorite question to ask because then you know who else you can connect them to. Now, also, before you do any one-on-one calls, when you're vetting out your power partners, do your research before the call. Look for them up on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever platform they're at, and try and learn either something about their business or come up with a question you might have about their questions, of course, their website. And then also think about, is there something personal? Like Cindy just had a birthday. So if I were getting on a call with her, I'd wish her a happy birthday. If someone just had a workshop, you may ask them, how did their workshop go? If you saw that it was on their website, that shows that you really care. And it also makes the relationship more solid. So doing your research really pays off. Even when we were networking in person, I always went and did my research first before I went to meet the person, or now I do it online, which is even easier. And then, of course, you've heard many times about Zoom tips for an effective call. Think about your appearance, think about your background, record the call. Someone mentioned about the kids, bribe the kids to leave you alone, put the dog outside, those kind of things. And this is the same for if you're on the phone with networking or on Zoom or in person, you had to be aware of these things. Now, there is nothing wrong with being on the phone rather than on Zoom for a one-on-one call. If you've already met them, like we've already met here, if you prefer to use the phone, it's a lot easier. That way you can take notes easier. If you're on Zoom, then I suggest that you record the call so then you don't have to worry about taking the notes as carefully. All right. So just finishing up here, use the power of connection to help build your relationships and succeed in your business. Because connection saves people from isolation and networking, even via Zoom. It can feel like a lifeline in these troubling times, and hopefully we are getting near the end of it, but who knows when we're going to be in person together. So just to recap, build strong relationships, create a strong networking plan, and I can help you with that. Find your key power partners, really vet them, because these are people that represent you and you represent them, and use virtual networking to your advantage. All right, Cindy, I'll hand it back to you. I'll stop the share there.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. Lots of great information, and especially in this time of, needing to be isolated, and we can't have live meetings. Your tips for Zoom are great because it's a good reminder for all of us, right? Shake hands. Did you guys get some good tips maybe you can implement? So what I'd love to be able to do, so thank you so much, Stephanie, for being a part of our community. Your friendship has just been such a blessing, and also not only to me personally, but also to our community. So this is a great opportunity for those of you who want to share something. Feel free to unmute yourself and share with Stephanie some of your ahas and the community and epiphanies. And here's one more thing to add. An action item. So something that Stephanie's mentioned that you're going to implement into your Zoom programs going forward, or that you appreciated the reminder of or idea. So feel free to unmute yourself and share away. And Amanda, if you're there, we might need.
I saw some in the chat there. Molly talked about having power partners and giving a gift basket. That's a great way to do that. Yep.
Yeah, I do that every year.
Gift certificates, giving gift certificates. And I encourage not discounts, but like giving truly a bonus. Because a discount, it's different. There's just a different mind mentality. So the gift cards is a really great way to do that. Mm-hmm.
Arlene had her hand up. Was there something you want to share, Arlene?
Yes, I was just going to say that it's so important to put your information in the chat, and not just your name and the name of your business, but how you want people to reach you. Because I've already had a few people reach out to me, and I always try to get everyone's information, but I've noticed there are a lot of people that they just put their name and their business, and they don't put how to reach them.
Yes.
Yeah. And I see what Karen's mentioned is I always think from each call, your goal is not to meet the room. Your goal is to meet one or two key people that you want to follow up with. So think about this on our call. Who are one or two key people that you may not know, or it's maybe someone you know but haven't done a one-on-one for a long time, and they could be a good power partner that you hadn't thought about. That's the time to go do it.
Yes. And so it's learning new etiquette. And Stephanie and I are going to do a conversation to connect on a similar subject. Zoom etiquette is one of the things we're going to be talking about. So write down on your calendar. I'll be talking about this a little more later, but let's see, it's Wednesday, February 17th. Yeah, from noon to 1 on your calendar. And if you're not able to join us, go to our YouTube channel and check the replay. But it's going to be a great conversation, and then we're going to have a Q&A at the end. So
I just put the link to the YouTube channel again, and
yes,
our website, so that you can go to that if you'd like.
Okay, thank you. Sarah.
I was wondering, do you email the chat thread out after the session to people?
I haven't in the past, but I saw Melissa do that. And so I thought, okay, maybe I should be doing that. So I'll look into offering that for you guys also.
That would be really cool. And I just wanted to add that it's one of the best ways of thanking my partners is by referring business.
Absolutely.
That's like a pretty solid thank you.
Yeah, you're being a contribution to your community, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's beautiful. Anybody else? Any insights, ahas, epiphanies, or action items you want to implement after hearing Stephanie's talk?
Well, Cindy, really quick, if people click on the more, they can go in their settings in Zoom, and you can download the chat so that you don't have another task to do. Anyone can download that chat.
I just saw that. That's so funny.
Oh, okay.
Did that. So smart. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'll try to do it anyway because I think it's a great idea. But yeah, that's great. Great that everybody can do that on their own. All right. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie. Really appreciate you being here to share with us. And we want to finish up with Stephanie's, one of her quotes is, networking is about relationship building, not sales. And that's so important, right? Building the relationship. And even like the reset, like I talked about earlier, the sales come. And, you know, if any of you that have been around Exceptional Connections very long, you know that we're very focused on the relationship. It's not that we're not focused on you being successful in your business, but I've just found, and I want to see by a shake of the heads here, I've just found if you can get to know, like, and trust, right? Those buzzwords, and get to really trust somebody, the business comes, right? The referrals come, the, you know, your reach in the community comes. And so thank you so much, Stephanie, for that reminder. And so I want to give Stephanie an opportunity just briefly to share with you an offer she has if anybody wants to work with her. So if somebody, first of all, somebody wants to connect with you, they go to stephanieconnects.com, go to your website.
Mhm. They can go
And
to
share
my
with us
website.
about this opportunity that you're offering for a networking strategy call.
I'm offering a networking strategy call where we focus. This is not a sales call. This is a networking strategy call where I ask you to bring a business networking challenge or question or something that you want to work on, or if you want to work on a part of your networking strategy plan. And I will also, when you sign up, it's only $47. It's usually $97, plus the plan is usually an additional amount, $150. So there's a tiny.cc special code that I made just for Cindy's group, and that is available for you guys for today for only $47. And you'll get a networking strategy plan and then also a blank networking strategy worksheet.
Awesome. Thank you so much for kindly offering that to our community. What a deal. So thank you, Stephanie. All right. So in the interest of time, we're going to move straight to the shout outs. And this is something that Stephanie alluded to in being able to just acknowledge other people and their contribution to you, to the community. That's a great way to be able to build relationships and build rapport. And so let me see if I can see everybody here. So for the new people, what we do here is check you might want to expand the box here for the gallery. So check to see who's participating right now, who's with us. And anybody that is here, we want to give you an opportunity to give them a shout out. This is an opportunity for a third-party testimonial. And don't you find that third-party testimonials are so much more impactful than if we, talk about ourselves? So we do the 30-second commercial because it's important for us to know what you do and your passion and see your face and expressions. But how much more, how powerful is it to have somebody give an endorsement? So I'll start us off. I just want to give a shout out to Arlene, Find Corporate Sponsors. We had a Zoom call, and I just want to tell you the backstory quickly. So this amazing lady, she's going through her Rolodex, which is something we should all be doing right now. And her and I met years ago, right, Arlene, through eWomen. We kind of identified, she actually called me and she wasn't sure, like, I've got your business card here. I was going through my business cards and, and we identified, it must have been eWomen that we met years ago. And then we had a great conversation. We got to know each other. And my contribution to her was to invite her to meet our community. Her contribution to me was she invited me to her free workshop. And I've just enjoyed a couple wonderful conversations with her. So do get to know Arlene. But I think what she did is a great reminder at this time. Go through your business cards, go through your Rolodex, and call somebody and go, I don't know exactly where we met, but I'd love to be able to find out what's going on in your life and what you're up to. I think it's brilliant. So thank you, Arlene.
Well, thank you. And can I say something real quick? So many people think, well, I met them a year or two ago and they're not going to remember me. It's been too long. But that's not true. Just say, be honest. I met you, like I said to you, I met you. I think it was such and such, and just checking in and, get to know you better. And Cindy, I'll have to say that you and I mean, we just really just jived. We talked for about an hour about all kinds of things, and you have it going on, lady.
Oh, well, thank you. Just really thankful to have you in my life and in our community. So anybody else want to give a shout out? This is your chance.
I do.
Arlene.
I would like to, let me see, it's in my notes here. I would like to give a shout out to Lisa George. And there's somebody else also, and my notes are a mess, but I really appreciate people that do nonprofit work. And it's so important at this time. So many businesses don't realize that if they're not involved with doing something worthwhile for the community, something for the social good of humanity or the earth, that you are missing out on a huge audience.
Yeah.
And I am so surprised when I talk to businesses and they don't realize this. So if you are not involved with some sort of social giving, it will really help you meet more people and grow your business. So thank you, all of you that are involved with nonprofits and charities. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so Arlene, connect up with Roxana. I know she has a lot going on right now, but you guys can connect later. And then Joy's been with nonprofits for 25 years. So make sure you put in the chat line, Arlene and Joy, that you guys hook up. I think you guys would be brilliant power partners.
I do have her number here. I'm going to find Roxana's number if I can.
Roxana, if you're there, put it in the chat box, or Arlene, I'll get it to you later.
Okay.
So anybody else, any other shout outs? So I have, is Marissa still with us? Marissa, can you shake your hand? I can't. Okay, Marissa had to head out. Tamra Frausto. I've got to give two more. So Tamra is an amazing lady. Okay, you can see the fabric in her background, and she's brilliant. And then she's pivoted during these COVID times to making these amazing little masks for us. They have elastic, they're super comfortable. I've got to model it for you. Okay, so it actually goes up on the nose bridge, really tight, really nice. But look at my colors. Don't you love our colors? So I was talking to her and we hadn't connected for a while. And she's like, Cindy, I was thinking of you. And she showed me a bolt of this fabric. And I'm like oohing and ahhing, because these are the branded colors for Exceptional Connections and my personal colors as well. And so how nice is it when somebody buys something or thinks of you, right? And so I'm like, ooh, what can I have you make for me? I love those. So I had her do a couple of masks with black on the back, which is nice because it doesn't have my lipstick on it. And then she made these cute little, I've got a couple of them, cute little business card holders that are cloth that, and she also does these little purse things. So you can put your business cards in here, and it's got a little pocket for like yours and theirs, to separate them. But anyway, I just was so blessed that this sweet lady was thinking of me, specifically picked out and looked for these, put it to my attention, and just appreciate her. Her heart is to do logos for people with embroidery, to help them to brand their business in a very elegant way. So connect with Tamra, just adore her, and so thankful to have her in our community.
Cindy, it's just a way to be that walking, talking billboard without saying a word.
Yes, you're right. And you can even put your logo on the mask as well.
Yeah, I did Molly's too, yes.
Nice. Thank you so much again. And look at Kathleen's showing you her logo that you put. I'm imagining that's from Tamra, right? Look at that. Awesome. So she gets to brand her business and look beautiful. Okay, anybody else? Sarah.
I just wanted to acknowledge and recognize, Melissa and you, Cindy, too. And, I've been working with projects with Melissa for, a long time. And I just see how effortless and, but tireless too, you guys work to help people connect and build a better community. And I love that. And last thing, because I know it kind of connects with Joy, with Rayanne Hall. I'm 44 now, but I've known Rayanne ever since I was 19, from up in Bellingham with the Now networking. And I just love the small world we actually live in and the community we're building. So thank you, ladies. And
Thank you.
Chuck.
Thank you. And I apologize, we're going over here a few minutes, but I just want to finish up and do one more shout out. Nancy, I know you got your screen up right now, but Nancy's been very patient with me in wanting to introduce me to Melaleuca, and she helped me with my first order, got my box with all these natural products. My passion, in working with Kathleen for my hair care and getting the shampoos and stuff. And now with Nancy, getting some things for cleaning products for my house and being natural. So thank you for that. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All right. So let's see here. So again, thank you to our contribution team. I know a lot of the members had to jump from the call, but Chuck, thank you so much for your support. Amanda, Rakshana, Debbie Page, Stephanie, appreciate you guys. And Marley also, thank you so much for your help and support. And our conversations to connect, we've alluded to these. So we have them on the typically on the first and third Wednesdays. These are free. So we have our speakers every month where as you saw, we have our takeaways or highlights. But the conversation to connect that Stephanie and I are having on the 17th, we're going to go through the material in a 45-minute period. So really this was a teaser, and then you'll have an opportunity for 15 minutes of Q&A. So check the Exceptional Connections Facebook page for the link, or contact me and I'll get that for you. It's a free opportunity we offer every month. And excuse me, I got stuff here. So, sorry, I'm jumping around. Okay, so tomorrow, Melanie and I are going to do a 45-minute talk. It's going to be a precursor to the skill shop we're doing. So go to Exceptional Connections later today, and I'll put that information up for the conversation to connect we're having with Melanie. And then again, on the 17th, I'm doing a separate conversation with Stephanie. Our next speaker for March 9th is Doris Horenstein, and she's going to be talking about becoming unsinkable, shifting from shift from sink to soar. Same time period. And again, how this works. Rakshana introduced me to Stephanie. Stephanie introduced me to Doris. It's just amazing and beautiful to just have relationships and have them grow. So our skill shop that is being offered in May is by our speaker, Melanie Asher. She's going to be talking about how to leverage LinkedIn and Facebook to grow your brand. So, again, if you haven't registered for this, the early bird zip extended till the end of the month. And if you want to hear more about this brilliant lady, she's really amazing. Join our conversation to connect and get in the opportunity for the skill shop with us. So just really appreciate you guys. We're all in this together. Thank you so much for being a part of our meeting today, and look forward to having you join us in March. We do meet the second Tuesday, and if you register by the end of the month, then you'll have take advantage of the early bird discount. So anybody, any parting thoughts here? So I want to make an offer to you guys because of the time. If you want to stay on, we can do a mini breakout session. But in the interest of time, I wanted to end.
What's the breakout session on?
Well, we were just gonna move into breakout rooms, but you know what? At this point, I think we've got a small group, so.
Yeah.
looks like
I
people
need
are
to
signing off.
go, but
All right, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate
thank you,
you.
everyone. Thank you,
Thank
Cindy.
you.
That was great. Hi, Chuck. Bye, Chuck.
Thank you, Karen, for joining us. Thank you, Arlene.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Melissa. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Have
you,
a good week.
Stephanie.
Bye-bye.
Everything worked great, Stephanie. Great.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys. Thank you so
Bye,
much.
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Take care.
It was fun.
Have a great rest of your day.
All right. Thanks,
Bye.
Amanda. Thanks for your support. Hey, Judy. Thank you.
You bet. Catch you later.
Bye,
Okay.
Judy.
All
Bye,
right.
Arlene.
Bye.
Nice to meet
Bye,
you
guys.
virtually.
So it looks like there's 3 of us, and I'll just say goodbye. I just wanted to hang out for a second and tell you, I really enjoyed it, Cindy. You did a great job.
Oh, thank you. We had a lot of moving parts today,
Okay.
but it all worked.
Accomplished a lot. We got you